Welcome back to part 3 of the Cune portfolio tasting with their portfolio manager here in the US. If you missed part 1 and 2, go back to the playlist and check them out. And don't forget to subscribe to my mailing list at www.angiesound.com so you don't miss any of the future videos we have to offer. Without further ado, let's continue to part 3.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
Now we're moving on to the rosé. This is also fun. So can you tell us a little bit about?
Yeah. So this rosé, as you can see by the color, it's a very it's an unusual color, very similar to your traditional kind of like French Provence style of rosés that are like really light in color.
Yes.
This is a very classic rosé from Rioja. It's 100% Tempranillo. As you can see, it's really dark. It's really dark in color, but it's a bone dry rosé. Sometimes people see the color and they get a little bit scared that it's going to be on the sweeter side, but it's a bone dry rosé. I mean, this is my own theory. I don't know if if it's true or not, but
right.
I feel that it's a really good rosé for pairing it with food, especially in hot days when you are not necessarily into having white wine and you want a red wine, but it doesn't feel good to drink red wine because it's pretty hot outside. Yes. This is kind of like something in between. Yes. So it's refreshing. It's 100% Tempranillo, so you do get all the notes from a really young Tempranillo. So a lot of strawberry, a lot of red cherry, rhubarb. So you get all those like really beautiful Tempranillo notes.
Yes.
And it has a little bit more body and weight than a regular rosé.
Correct.
So it goes great with like grill meats and grilled veggies, and any grill food would go really well, as well as many other dishes that you could think almost of of a red wine that would go with this.
I actually do love this. I'm always a big fan of a Tempranillo rosé, like any kind of Spanish rosé that's made in the Tempranillo grape. I just find it so interesting, and the combination, like you said, on the nose, you're getting all those kind of that red wine characteristic of the strawberry, the rhubarb. It's like really expressive. There's a lot going on there.
But then on the palate, it's really light.
Yeah.
And
the bone dry just like poof, goes through your palate like a razor sharp. There, that was good.
This is this rosé has been in the United States for quite a few years, and it's a very popular rosé for us. We actually have another rosé from Viña Real, so different Rioja property, that it's a blend of Viura and Tempranillo, so it is a much lighter rosé in color. And when we show it to people, at first when we first released it and brought it to the States, we were like, oh, it's going to be a very successful rosé because it's very light in color, and French Provence rosés are so popular.
Right.
And then people would taste it next to Cune Rosé, and they'll be like, oh my God, I already have like 100 million pale rosés.
Yes.
Like, this is what I want, like way better.
Yes.
So I mean, they're both delicious, but like Cune Rosé has always been a big favorite for a lot of people.
It definitely stands out, like you said. It stands out from the crowd, and it's interesting because I do feel like, again, every market is always constantly changing, but I'm starting to see the U.S. market, or like it went from rosé like maybe 30 years ago being sweet and like cheaply made to all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, you got rosé that's light and flory and like
and complex, and it can be complex as well.
Right.
Yeah,
but now I think people are really starting to dig into what else can we get out of the rosé. Can we make it more complex? Can we have more body? Can we be more expressive? Can we almost have a little bit of that tendon feeling in the back? And I'm starting to see again some of the higher end French counterpart that's $30, $40, $50, $60 a bottle rosé nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And there's a client for it. People are looking for that, and I just think this is going to be fantastic. How much does this retail for on average?
I think 15.
15,
15,
that's ridiculous.
But so pretty good price.
But if this is made in the style of some of those French counterpart, which I'm not going to name any names, that goes $30 plus $60 a bottle. That's going after that big, grippy, a little more complex, like a real man's rosé. Right. Like real man drinks rosé. That will be the one. If you are looking at it thinking this is going to be something sweet and fruity,
not at all.
You will be shocked. So I love this. This is cool. This is definitely This is very
something
very
different.
Thank you for watching part 3. Don't forget to subscribe to my mailing list at www.angiesound.com so you don't miss any of the future episodes.